Hey guys, it's line battle time for North and South. Unfortunately, I had a few technical problems getting into the server, but the first round, as you can see, is underway. It's only been underway for about 6 minutes. 80 on the Confederate state and 61 on the Union. You can see the numbers are in favour of the Confederate state, so the Union have it all to do. Now, over here you can see the 14th New York State Militia. There's Mr. Eduardo Fowler, of course, in there doing his thing. And let's see. We are looking to see... Now, the thing is, over here, this could be... Yeah, it's the artillery of the Confederate State Army. Now, obviously, they're in here. You can see there's Sergei. And then Navaldrick and, of course, Lucas for the Madison section of Dixieland. There you go, as you can see. So, Navaldrick there, moving his cannons into a safer location. Now, the thing is, you can see here, what they're doing is they're now coming under fire from the New York State Militia up on this hill. So, they are trying to get a pick, trying to get some kind of damage on the artillery and essentially take them out of the game. So that's what they're doing at the moment. Using the cover of this hill, and you've also got down here, of course, the 6th Wisconsin, as extra reserves to provide additional firepower to the 14th New York State Militia. Now, you can see here, it looks like the artillery is now moving out. And we are looking at the 5th Texans. And here, of course, is the 1st Texas. There's Corporal Wyatt. And there's Observer Fremantle from the 1st Texas. So these guys are taking cover behind these areas here. So you can see these fences now. This is the lumber yard being defended by Union troops. The 7th Cavalry in there doing the equivalent of line infantry. Now, if you look behind here, there are their horses parked up in the NCP equivalent of a horse park, so to speak. So you've got gentlemen like Payne Mason there. And these guys literally have sacrificed their manoeuvrability. There, of course, is Major General Lance. They have moved, or they've sacrificed their movement speed so that they can prevent these guys from coming over the hill. So, let's see. It looks like the 7th Cavalry are now returning to their mounts and will be getting on board and making their way out shortly. There we go. Oh, cannonballs coming in there. The Union troops now decide to go and charge into the Confederate State Cavalry, who have become a bit of a cropper. Their Sergei being taken down, and we're now looking at more members of the Confederate States hiding in a tree. Who is this poor fella making a run for it? He's doing a good job, I have to say. He's even losing me. And I'm observing. So this is Private Lucas trying to avoid the 7th Cavalry, using the trees to... Oh, poor Lucas. He was using the trees to try and prevent any saber swings that would have come past, intercepting the tree. So, Private Onpuff is no more, complete with his horse. Oh dear. So there's somebody left here. A young lady, and there's Navaldrick, trying to do some damage to the members of the 7th Cavalry, but is pretty outnumbered. There we go. Cadet Buddy with a rather nasty stab in the spine. And Navaldrick is now down. You've got the 6th Wisconsin also now moving in to support the cavalry. And ex-cavalry, in case of those gentlemen. And we're now moving up to see what's going on as the 7th Cavalry are continuing to roam. Now, from Louisiana, Captain Genie with members of the... Oh dear. There is Major General Nitek in there trying to take out some Union cavalry there from Sutton, Connecticut. Major Grizzly, Sergeant Major Grizzly no less. So you've now got these guys moving in from 15th Louisiana. Oh, nice block, sir. So Anders, the Ginger Ninja, is going in to try and take out one of the remaining members. Oh, and Nitek has been shot. Nitek has caught a bullet, so let's go and see. Yep, there he is. Oh dear, that's a very 80s jumping through the air, very gleely, with lots of glee and distinctly gay. But anyway, so you've now got these Union troops over here. So there's 2nd USSS. Private Brocky looks like he's going to have a little bit of a run-in with two of these guys who are now deciding to run for it. This could take a while. He's going to shoot under the horse. He doesn't know which one to shoot at. There we go. He's done his shot and now he's cheesing it in the opposite direction. So Private Brocky has now decided to leg it. And you've also got other members from the New York State Militia here. Now under fire from the 8th Arkansas. Now charging in against the New York State Militia. There's Private Chris Connors. There's Erebor from the New York City. And he is carrying the colours. Let's see who that is. There's Brigadier there we go. Iron Brigade Sergeant William takes the colours. Ensures they are not captured by the Confederate State troops. And Volunteer Erebor will probably turn and face the chasing members of the Confederate State Army. Which is exactly what he's doing. Oh, nice dive underneath one of the sabres there. Teammate gets killed behind him. Sergeant William goes down. He's going to have a hard time against multiple numbers of Confederate State troops, but he seems to be doing a good job at the moment. Let's see how he gets on. No, he was just overwhelmed by numbers. So poor old Erebor there. And this poor sod out here in the middle of the water, who is a skirmisher and therefore has no bayonet, will have to do the old rifle butt job. Oh, nice rifle butt to the testicles. That was lovely stuff. Unfortunately, Chris Connors was no longer available for comment as he received a bayonet thrust to the gut. Now, looking at Frank Johnson, let's see if we can find out what's going on. So Frank Johnson also has members of 6th Wisconsin there, following him as he's deciding to hide behind the cover of a tree. Good idea. There's a random... Okay. There's a submarine. From 2nd Maine, there's Volunteer Marshal with his large axe. And here we are from Louisiana. A lovely line. Corporal Mikhail leading the line. And as you can see, recent occurrences here at the river crossing. Bodies all over the place. Now, 31st Alabama. Ich ward needs. And veteran Private Stryker, Volunteer Capo. So these fine fellows looking wonderful this evening. Major Davis from the 31st Alabama. And there's Volunteer Engineer. And, oh, rubber banding. Rubber banding. That's not a good sign. Could mean that the server's about to go skew-whiff. Tennessee Brigade. I think we could be talking about a disconnection. And there is, obviously, First Lieutenant Potter from the Tennessee Brigade, making his way and leading his troops forward. So you can see here now, the 8th Arkansas has got into a little bit of a bust-up with the 6th Wisconsin. So let's see if we can find them. Here we go. So here's the 8th Arkansas. Oh, Private Slayer being taken down there just as he was running away. And you've also got this gentleman, I think, who's the last standing of the New York State Militia. You've also got this section from the 7th Cavalry and this sole remaining member of the 6th Wisconsin as it stands. Let's see. Yes, that is the case. Now, this is going to be interesting because the 8th Arkansas are now there on the right-hand side, and the 7th Cavalry are now running past them. And we're down. Wow. Okay. I guess we'll find out and try and go back again shortly. Okay, and we're back. So we had a bit of a technical problem. And obviously everyone lost connection to the server died. Which is an unfortunate fact of life when it comes to games. These things happen. So when you think about it, it is essentially a game with a DLC and then a mod on top of that. So, and as you well know, Napoleonic Wars is not exactly renowned for running well on servers. So, let's just see. As we are now looking at the wonderful world of the Confederate State Army spawn. And you can see here, complete with random horses and people making their way out of spawn. There you go, from Louisiana. Being led by Sergeant Major Blackheart. There's Dams 14 in there as well. There's 15th Alabama. A few members of the 8th Arkansas. And let's see what's going on over here. There could be 8th Arkansas, Colonel Voodoo. Looking wonderful with braid on his belt and his cuffs. Ah! Major Tillon. And these guys are looking to defend this bridge crossing here. Usual place. And as you can see, fire is being traded. You've got the 7th Cavalry possibly. No, New York City Cavalry. And here come the Tennessee Brigade. Now, these guys normally play on the opposing side. However, for reasons of balance, because everybody wants it to be as fair a battle as possible, they have decided at the request of the admin to move over to the opposing side. Because this is all about fun. Fun and enjoyment and tangling with people who are as good as you are, if not better sometimes. Well, to be honest, in my case, everybody on this server is better than I am. As somebody said, once they've seen me play this game, then they don't feel so crap, which is fair. Can't argue with that. So here we go. Oh dear, Gangnam has Gangnam. Oh, you call it Gangnam. So dear. Now, these fine fellas, Madison, now looking over the far side to the hamlet over there. They are now firing long distance. Don't forget these rifles do have... Aha, there is event organizer. 5th Texan Captain Bacon. The sizzly one himself. And we shall look over to these trees. Now, this tends to be a popular area. As you can see, the graphical glitches and stuff like that, looks like they're switching on the lights by the trees. So we're now lit up like if you go into London, you see all the buildings lit up. So you've now got the 1st Texas. These guys are shooting at the area nearby that homestead to try and deal with any enemy that are in that area. So you can see over there the bridge as well. So let's go and see who's in the homestead. So I'm guessing it could be Connecticut, Michigan, Arcturus, and Mr. English Highlander taking a pot shot. The 17th Michigan, and then of course Major Doyle of the Skirmishers. And there's Brigadier General Sarge out with his rifle of choice. And over on the far side you have members of the New York 69th. So let's see what's going on, because pretty much most of the fire that they're trading is over here and over there. Now, bear in mind... Oh, random horsey. Oh, not anymore. Oh, look at this. This is the 7th Cav. Look at these guys, don't they look wonderful? Absolutely glorious. Ensign Mayor. There he is. The face that only a mother could love. And we are looking at Faras in there as well. And there's an engineer in there, Sayman. And Razvan. So these guys are doing their best to defend this area, being pushed from the left-hand side. But you can see over on the far bank, the Confederate State Army cavalry are moving across that area. You can see the lights have been switched on by the trees over on this side. And they may come sneaking up behind. Possibly. This tends to be a very good area for an ambush, this field here. Because you've got visibility of this bridge coming across. You can also hide people in that wood over there. Take pot shots at that, take pot shots at that, and take pot shots at that. So it's really a fantastic location for an ambush. And you can keep your numbers hidden. And you can surprise people when you want to. So there you go. There's fire fixes from Louisiana. In with the Confederate State. Ah, there we go. Mark's Dinkler. Gotta be careful, they'll shoot your Dinkle off. And William Irvin. Oh, correction. He got his Dinkler shot off himself. Kenobi taking him out. And Bacon with a nice saber slice. And it looks like now the Confederate State troops are starting to back up. Because you can see there's General Janik. Ah. Corporal Oat. Or Corporal Oet. Doing his fifing. Ah, here he is himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the tactical battlefield bush. That is, of course, Nitec. Now, for those people who know him, know that this camouflage is of no use whatsoever, because he catches bullets better than anybody else in the game. Obviously, because he knows what the trajectory is, and he knows because he is one of the developers. So, let's see. Now, it looks like the Confederate State Cavalry and the 7th Cavalry are having a mass battle on this hill. You can see here, oh crikey, look at this. Looking at Corporal Voodoo, or Colonel Voodoo in there, doing his thing. Oh, it looks like he just got knocked into by one of the enemy. And we're looking at Louisiana Invitational Antoine. And you can see loads of sabres going on all over the place. He's going after the colour. Oh, takes out the colourman's horse. Trying to go after the guy with the colours. He wants those colours. He's doing his best to hold them, but unfortunately he is sliced down. Sliced down. Volunteer Erebor there, taken down, holding the colours vainly. As you can see, the colours have been dropped in the field, and it's just a matter of time as to whether or not the Union can manage to retrieve it. So there is Old Glory, bullet holes and all. I think there's about 37 stars there. Excuse me, how dare you? I was looking at that, thank you. I think there's about 37 there. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 35. So, I wasn't far off. And we've obviously got Major Turin from the New York City. And he is in... Oh, managed to block attempts to kill him, as members of the 7th Cavalry have continued to be killed. And you can see here, he's brought out the sabre. He's going after a member of the cavalry who is on foot. The flag has been picked up in the field, and we're getting a little bit of rubber banding, which could be a sign that the server may be complaining. And let's just see what happens as now Confederate State troops move in to assist their team. So you can see here the 8th Arkansas now moving in. Looks like, yeah, we could be on our way out. Look at that rubber banding. Yeah, I think we could be. We'll have to wait and see. But there are the colours picked up. Picked up by the Confederate State. So, let's see. Oh. That was nasty. Yeah, lag's pretty bad tonight, unfortunately. I think the server is really suffering badly today. So they're all doing their Michael Jackson impressions. It's like an episode of the Star Trek Next Generation where kept having a time freeze. I remember that episode very well. Did enjoy it. Very good episode. 6th or 7th season. So, as you can see, Corporal Pickett's in there vainly attempting. You can see a sword-based Nitec in there as well. The tactical battle bush. So, yeah, he said it now. So, you can see here, Dozy Do a la lag. And it's unfortunate because this kind of stuff just ruins it for everyone. And it's just an unfortunate fact of the game, really. Okay. So, and it's such a lovely evening, look at that. Okay. So, there we go. Members of 8th Arkansas now making their way out. Let's see what's going on. Now, over here appear to be Confederate state troops. And Blackadder has just team killed Nitec. Whoops-a-daisy. Carl ordered him to shoot him. So, who's that? Carabino from the 2nd Maine. Oh dear. He is no more. As Nitec then slayed him. So, okay. So there is Janik. And you can see now, as they are making their way into this area, where you can see Confederate state troops and Union troops having a mass battle. Look at this. Fantastic stuff. And there's Janik out there as well. Going in for the barge people over, can he? He's got to be careful, he doesn't want to get taken down. Oh, in come more Union troops. Janik's going in for the kill. Misses, unfortunately. Oh, a few slices there from Janik. Takes down Hysteria. So, looking good. There we go, jumping over the top. And there's Private Swiss. Oh, look, there we go. Look. Sergeant Cook from the 31st Alabama. Waving the flag. Raising the morale of the troops. And a bit of flutage going on. There he is, Corporal Oat. Who's now kind of in charge, I guess. So, as you can see here, there is Karl Marx, complete with beard. And let's see. Let's have a look at our numbers. 1 Union player left. So, there is Volunteer James Evans. So, this is where he is located. So we are now watching Mr. Fruity Pineapple. And there we go. James Evans gets taken down by Tiny Tim. And we are on to the next round. We'll be right back. And so we return with the next round. And as you can hear, the fight is already underway. As we go past the well-lit trees, fly right through the centre of them, you can see here, that is probably New Yorkers, in there. And this lovely collection of troops. Look at this. Wow. There is, of course, from the 17th Michigan, English Highlanders in there. Blitz as well, along with 2nd Connecticut, 69th. Look at these guys. Now, their opposing numbers are these fellows. So 15th Alabama. There's Farfager. Corporal Mr. Finn. And now the thing is there anybody over here on the left side? 7th Cavalry moving in behind. Now, the question is, they're going to go directly for them. They're using the trees as cover. This could be interesting. Round by the side here, and then jumping them. There we go. And the charge has been given. They're all over them. Look at this. In come the cavalry. Few numbers get taken down. They're in danger of running over each other. But these poor fellows, the poor Confederate State Army troops here, being taken down all over the place. As there's Ochnot, who lost his horse early on. Lovely sabre slice there by Ochnot. And he is trying to defend himself as best he can. His mate comes in to support him. Major Turin from the... Oh dear. Maybe not. So, there we go. That has been the attack of the 7th Cavalry. And you can see it was pretty successful. They have essentially broken that line. That line is now moving back to the support of its teammates. So you can see Private Swiss there from the Alabamans. And over here you'll have General Janik, Lieutenant General Janik, no less. And we are now moving over to look at the Confederate State Cavalry, the 5th Texans. So you can see there's Blackadder A. And you've got more people moving up here. And you've got this little section. Uh-oh. No, it's all more Confederate State troops. So that's good. So there we go. The Confederate State troops were going to hide in that bunker. But it's already been claimed by the 15th Alabaman. So let's see. General Janik moves over to support his troops as they push in towards the hamlet, which is where Union troops tend to like to sit. Now, it looks like they have not decided to do that on this occasion. So, this is the 7th Cavalry. Moving out, as you can see. Now, obviously, the advantage of the 7th Cavalry, movement speed, sudden surprise. The downsides, they kick up an awful lot of dust. So that's pretty bad. And if they can hide it, like they did with the trees, then it will make a huge amount of difference. Now, let's see. There's Colonel Voodoo from Arkansas. He sees the 7th Cavalry moving in on his men's position, probably giving the command to the fellas to defend themselves. Let's see what's going on over here. These guys are Union troopers and the 7th Cavalry are crossing the bridge. This is a dangerous situation for the 7th Cav. They could come under fire from multiple directions. Luckily, there was nobody in that section over there. There's nobody in the field on the right-hand side. And so, as you can see, what they're doing is they are making their way round to try and attack the troops from the rear. So, as we move over to this side here, see a couple of random horses wandering around the area. Comrade Lenin, unfortunately, has snuffed it. Musician extraordinaire that he is. Probably even played his own funeral march. And let's see, over here, obviously the 15th Alabaman. So, Arkansas, the 8th Arkansas, having a little bit of a set to with the enemy. There we go, look at this. A little bit of TKing going on in there as well, as you can see. There's Louisiana in there as well. Brigadier General Sarge is in there. There's a bit of conspicuous fluting going on. Conspicuous fifage. So this is an interesting battle to have. A melee battle in the middle of... Oh! A melee battle in the middle of a cornfield. So it's like you can't really see people, so you've got to be careful. It's difficult to ID, as Arcturus just found out. So we'll move over to L.A. Gummis from Louisiana, with his teammate following up, Anders Borowick. So these guys are now moving over to the bridge, obviously moving in to support their teammates who are, there you go, Stonewall. So those guys moving up as well. Let's see if we can find out what's going on. Here we go, the 69th under a little bit of fire, under a little bit of pressure I should say, from Confederate State. Now he doesn't, oh, looks like they don't have bayonets, but rifle butt attack there from Sergei. And they get taken down. So there's Captain Genie and one of the members of the Confederate State Cavalry. There you go. Sergeant Lucas from the 5th Texans. Now here is the 2nd USSS. And we're looking at Alabaman troops, obviously, moving to try and help in this area here. Oh, Major General Lance has lost his horse. Oh, going for a nice stab attempt there. Let's see how he gets on. We're watching Major General Lance trying to defend himself. Oh, but he got hit by too many people. Combination of Bohannon and other members there. So we're looking at Anders Borowick in there as well. And it looks like that they have defended their colours successfully. So we're watching Gumis hiding behind the fence, making use of the colour as Anders Borowick decides to assassinate a horse. And we're looking at Sergeant Blackwater in there at the moment. And so ends the tale of the 31st Alabama. Huzzah indeed. Oh god, it's a girl. So let's see what's going on as you've got this guy making his way through, trying to... Oh dear, last Union member. Oh dear. Oh, lovely stab, sir. Colonel Reeves in there from the 2nd Connecticut is going bananas. He's going psycho. He's got the bloodlust. And he's got less blood now, as Luberkill decided to put him down, as he's obviously gone rabid. So, oh dear, the bacon has been sliced. And let's find out what's going on as we're looking at members of the 7th Cavalry. And the 7th Cavalry are going to run into the 14th Louisiana very soon. It looks like they've run into him already. So, let's see. There we go, there's Pay Mace. Taking pot shots, let's see what the numbers are like. 28 versus 11. So the Union have it all to do at the moment. And the Confederate State definitely has the advantage. Oh, look at that side. Look at that rifle. Lovely model, that, isn't it? So there we go. So these guys are using the British Lee Enfields, and the Union troops using the Springfields. So Pay Mace taking some multiple shots. And let's see. There you go, the 1st Texas. Recruit John making his way across the bridge, following his teammate. Yeah, the Cavs' last stand played to dubstep. No, I don't think so. I am sorry. No dubstep. Yeah, and it looks like this will be the end of the line battle after this round, as the server is really badly bugged. So we apologise that it's not being a full line battle, so to speak. But them's is the breaks, I'm afraid. So we're watching a little bit of a melee battle going on between Confederate State Army and Union troopers. Oh, lovely slice by Armistead there into Private Griffin. Lovely. Okay, that didn't go so well. Private James was like, yeah, I'm not messing around with them Ponzi swords. I'm going to just shoot him in the face. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. See how things go on. And Nitek has also challenged me to a duel for the next round. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Oh, Magic gets taken down by Genie. And everything is pretty much GG. 3 members of the Union left. And you can see, there we go, there's Private James. Oh, shot in the back. And very quickly sliced up. So there you have it. That has been the line battle, guys.